So welcome everyone. We'll just take one moment of silence to ingather and then we'll start. So we have been rereading some prayers, excerpts from some prayers, and today I thought maybe this one we can start with and see whatever next we want to take. So February 12, 1913. Yeah, would anyone want to read?
I'll read it. As soon as all effort disappears from a manifestation, it becomes very simple. With the simplicity of a flower opening, manifesting its beauty and spreading its fragrance without clamor or vehement gesture. And in this simplicity lies the greatest power, the power which is least mixed and least gives rise to harmful reactions. The power of the vital should be mistrusted. It is a tempter on the path of the work, and there is always a risk of falling into its trap, for it gives you the taste of immediate results. And in our first eagerness to do the work well, we let ourselves be carried away to make use of this power. But very soon, it deflects all our action from the right course and introduces a seed of illusion and death into what we do. Simplicity, simplicity, how sweet is the purity of thy presence.
Yeah, thank you. So any thoughts, anyone? Yeah. It takes a lot of courage. Yes, Taru, please go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wanted to share that, that aphorism from Sri Aurobindo where he says that when we have passed beyond willings, then we shall have power. Effort was the helper, effort is the bar. Like just at the rate of simplicity, it reminded me of that. Like, and in general, when we say certain words, like say if I'm saying the word simplicity, you know, there's there's a lot of beauty I feel, right? Like, and yet when we look at our life, we do a lot of things that take us away from simplicity. So there's like I see a disconnect between what I actually, when I'm sitting in stillness or when I'm pausing, the things that I find beautiful or beauty in, and the things that I choose on a everyday, a lot of things which have, so many tentacles here and there. So it's good to see how that's why there is this disconnect. That is why at times, I feel why is it not happening or not happening? Because although I might feel I want something and it sounds beautiful, my choices are not taking me towards simplicity. So for me, I feel that's beautiful to realize so that one can keep offering or realizing where one is going astray. Yeah, just that. Thank you.
Yeah. We are always trying to be somebody, if you have noticed yourself. बड़ी पुरानी बीमारी है हम सबकी. ऑलवेज वी आर ट्राइंग टू बी समबडी. और अगर जैसे अभी सिंप्लिसिटी की बात हो रही है तो पता है मतलब उसको भी निचोड़ के टेढ़ा मेढ़ा करके हम बोलते हैं कि ओ आई वुड लाइक टू बी द बेस्ट सिंपल पर्सन एवर. इसके बारे में हमने पहले भी वी हैव डिस्कस्ड ओवर इट अ फ्यू सेशंस. So this is we have to see that this is the part of vital. The power of the vital should be mistrusted. It is a tempter on the path of work. So we often talk of being non-distracted, not to get distracted again and again. So it is because of the vital. It's like a magnet which just gets attracted to here and there, and all the charms, of power, of name or fame. It's coming from that. For it gives you the taste of immediate results. For example, appreciation. Wanting to be somebody in somebody's eyes. And in our first eagerness to do the work well, so intention ठीक है, आपकी intention कह रही है कि हाँ I want to do the best in the first eagerness, but there is a agitation there. There is a kind of a intense vibration there. We let ourselves be carried away to make use of this power, to not to make use of this, the power of lower vital, which just wants attention. But very soon it deflects all our action from the right course and introduces a seed of illusion and death into what we do. It's like a poison. You do the best possible work. आप सोचो sacred most, think of the sacred most work and put one drop of vital into it, this lower vital. जैसे इत्र की तरह हम एक ड्रॉप डाल देते हैं, आपका काम बढ़िया तरीके से तमाम होगा, like that. So this has to be mistrusted. Now it's very interesting. Mother has given significance to many hundreds of flowers, and I was just here searching which one she has given for simplicity. So let us have a look here. I'll just arrange it a little. Yeah. So this is, I think, this is from this prayer only. As soon as all effort disappears from manifestation, it becomes very simple. Sehaj. Kabir ji would use the word sehaj, effortless, like you're naturally at it, with the simplicity of a flower opening. We all know that if you put effort in opening a bud or a flower, it breaks, it cracks. So with the simplicity of a flower opening, manifesting its beauty and spreading its fragrance without clamor. अब वो जा जाके शोर थोड़ी ना बचाता है, a flower की, oh देखो मैं खुल रहा हूँ, look at me, all the flowers that are there. So that's why flowers are beautiful reminders of purity. And that's why mother would say that she would look at the flower, and the flower as if will come out and tell its own significance to the mother, and that's the name mother would give to the flowers. There is purity, and in the simplicity lies the greatest power. We often think of superheroes and power, we are like like something which is making itself show. और यहाँ पे कह रहे हैं in simplicity which doesn't itself want to any without any clamor. Okay, don't look at me, it's completely fine, doing its own job beautifully. The power which is least mixed and least gives rise to harmful reaction. Very simple, silently doing our own work in our lives, whatever areas that we have in our life to work upon, not wanting attention, not wanting to show ourselves off. Simplicity, simplicity, how sweet is the purity of thy presence. Sri Aurobindo's answer is always the same: be simple, very simple. And that we see in him also. He was so simple. Whatever anecdotes that we read, whatever stories, वैसे सिगार को एंजॉय कर रहे हैं और एक दिन बोला अच्छा छोड़ दो, तो हाँ छोड़ दिया, सिंपली विदाउट ड्रामा. No drama, because drama is all coming from the vital. And I know what he means: to deny entry to regulating, organizing, prescriptive, judgmental thought. We are all tainted by it. That's what we have to purify. Wanting to fix, dominate, control, not only our own grounds, but also other grounds. He wants none of all that. What he calls being simple is a joyful spontaneity. And all of us will have experience of this, whenever in those moments when we are just happy to be with mother's presence within. Everything is so simple. Things are happening, but they are not mattering that much. Just mother's presence is enough. We don't want any more. So, and rest, of course, the actions are happening. It's not that outwardly you are not doing actions that are required. What he calls being simple is a joyful spontaneity in action, in expression. Joyful, cheerfulness, uski us din baat kar rahe the hum. And it doesn't mean that you're showing your teeth all the time, but just cheerful, light, in action, in expression, in movement, in life. Be simple, be simple, be simple. How simple can it be? A joyful spontaneity. So here there are many flowers which have been given significance. For example, this one is, we must have seen them around. Here is beauty in collective simplicity. Each element plays its part in the whole. Like we are working like a team, right? Often in organizations or wherever we are, we are working like a team. Each person is offering his own work with simplicity. Collective simplicity. Each element plays its part in the whole. सबकी अपनी जगह है. Then there is this candid simplicity in the vital, very frank, light. One of the most difficult qualities for the vital to acquire, mother says. Because vital का तो काम ही मूड पे चलता है ना. अगर मूड नहीं है तो भैया मेरा एग्जिस्टेंस क्या है. तो वो कैंडिडनेस आ गई, फ्रैंकनेस आ गई, लाइटनेस आ गई, तो मतलब है ना, ट्रांसेंडेंस हैज स्टार्टेड. So candid simplicity in the vital, letting everything, shedding everything off the shoulders immediately. The moment it happens, shedding it off. The moment it happens, shedding it off. Not making a drama out of anything. So that's the most difficult, because the vital is glued to its storylines and drama. So अगर वो emotional drama नहीं करें, हम drama queen या king नहीं बने, तो वो as if ऐसा लगता है कि मेरी वजूद ही क्या है मेरा. What is my identity if not for that? So that's why she says one of the most difficult qualities for the vital to acquire. Then there is integral simplicity, a simplicity which pervades the whole of our being, each part of our being. the simplicity that comes from perfect sincerity. Mind, thoughts, feelings, emotions, sense perceptions, body, movements of the body, action, everywhere integral. It's simplicity which is coming from perfect sincerity, that you really sincerely want it, this purity in your life. Then there is again a flower for mental simplicity. Does not like complications. How interesting, no? Because mind usually is liking complications. जब तक हमको पता नहीं लगता, that's why these our attraction to all these degrees which appear very sophisticated and complicated, MBA from Harvard and पता नहीं क्या क्या हम बड़े बड़े नाम देते हैं इन चीजों को, and we take pride in that. So mental simplicity, keeping the mind very simple, very light, unentangled, does not like complications. And only then can it remain joyful and cheerful. Then there is this simple sincerity, the beginning of all progress. Now, we may wonder so many varieties of simplicity, but one can just keep wondering and keep going through these things just for the sake of immersing ourselves in it, not trying to really put too much of brain. Yeah. And slowly, as these things happen in our life, their significance, true significance is revealed also. Like Anjali ji was sharing in the beginning about Savitri. The more those experiences become a part of our life, the moment we read it, the revelation is in front, its significance is more stronger. Yeah. So anything more here, anyone?
Question, Didi. In this, the power of the vital should be mistrusted. It is a tempter on the path of the work. So this part, how to, how to understand, like suppose if the intention is fine at the beginning, but then how to understand that, the vital is getting mixed, and then how to maybe balance it or negate it. But first, how to understand only, like,
how to know that it is poking its head?
Yes, and getting mixed in the, work, like, yeah, like sometimes, when we don't have vital, we don't have energy and enthusiasm also.
Right.
Yes. Like we become passive, किसी चीज में interest नहीं आ रहा. और फिर अगर interest आ रहा है तो फिर वो vital से आ रहा है या वो normal है, और कितना energy लेना है vital से, क्योंकि शायद कुछ energy.
शायद कुछ, अरे बात तो पूरी करो.
शायद कुछ एनर्जी तो चाहिए होगा उससे, कि लाइफ फोर्स है तो मतलब काम करने के लिए.
नहीं, बिल्कुल एनर्जी की तो कोई डाउट ही नहीं है. The vital is what makes you it. That's why it's called vital. Vitality comes from it. और तभी क्योंकि because we are mostly subjected to its influences. तो आप देखो जिस दिन हमारा मूड ठीक नहीं होता, जब हम मूड की प्रभाव में होते हैं, उसकी पूरी बात सुन रहे होते हैं, तो आप देखोगे उस दिन आपका कहीं जाने का मन नहीं करेगा, बोलोगे कपड़े भी नहीं चेंज करने, अच्छा नहाना भी नहीं है ना, नहीं मिलना मुझे, अच्छा सेशन भी नहीं करना मुझे, है ना. तो मूड है ना. सो द थिंग इज दैट truly the energy is coming from the vital, and that's its true purpose. The true vital is very enthusiastic and strong and like जैसे हनुमान की तरह, है ना, ever eager to work for the divine. लेकिन वो ये नहीं है कि लोअर वाइटल जब मिक्स होता है ना, तो उसमें वो चिपचिपापन आ जाता है कि ओ डिवाइन वर्क, अरे मुझे ही तो करना है, बस मुझे ही तो करना है, तो आप चिपक रहे हो, जहां पे एक चिपचिपापन आ जाता है, और वहां पे आप देखोगे एंटेंगलमेंट आ जाता है. यू वांट टू बी समबडी, एंड द thoughts are then becoming more crowded and crowded, and you feel more like, one can say, imprisoned or suffocated in that drama that is building up now in the head, as if your identity now is dependent upon that particular thing. तो वो चीजें हमको देखो अब कैसे पता लगेंगी, when we lose taste for complications, when we lose taste for a suffocated life, the moment the vital begins to poke its nose, which it will from time to time, आपको एक हल्की सी ना सफोकेशन फील होगी, इम्प्रिजनमेंट फील होगी, और एक ऐसा लगेगा कि एज इफ कि कुछ जंतु आपके अंदर जाग गया है जो बस पोजेस करना चाह रहा है ना, जंप करना चाह रहा है किसी चीज पे, I want to be the first, like that. So it can happen in varied circumstances in a different way, but something like that would be there, agitation,
Yes.
And with that you would know that, oh, it's just the vital and I just have to ignore it and do the work which is required without the drama, minus the drama.
Yeah.
So not participating in the drama and not believing in the drama that is building up in the head.
Yeah. Like, just sharing some observations. Like sometimes there is, this eagerness. When there is work, there is eagerness, and the eagerness is, behind it is eagerness to impress. It might be eagerness to impress people, might be eagerness to impress the divine. It shifts, but there is that sudden eagerness. And also the other quality, it's like, suppose वो काम नहीं हो पाया up to the mark, या खराब हो गया. So there is this sense of failure, and then sudden deflating, and then going into one shell, and then not wanting to come up or come out of it, because वो failure भी इतना personal ले लेता ना कि मेरे से तो failure हो गया, अब तो मुझे उठना नहीं है.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, ये सारा ये हमको पहचानना है कि this is not our true self, and we have the power to dissociate from it and to know it as an intruder and let it go very objectively, like a scientist.
Right.
ना, ये फायदा है हमको श्री अरबिंदो और मदर को पढ़ने का कि आपको दिख रहा है कि ये बाहर से आ रहा है, it is not my true nature, and that is why it is so suffocating and very entangling. So just knowing it as that and removing it from the picture. Hanji, बोलिए.
So in that moment, when we recognize it, what is the inner movement we can do to kind of come out of it? I know maybe I'm asking a complicated question to a simple answer, but
again, various ways can be possible, infinite possible ways in which one can look at it, but one of the ways, very simple, which right now I see is that, if I have to do a task, and then there are stories associated with the task and dramas associated with the task which may come from time to time. Yes. From time to time, I have to just first of all make concrete mother's presence in me and do it as sincerely the work I can and offer it at the feet of the mother. That's it. And if there are any corrections that are suggested, if people say कि अच्छा ये ठीक नहीं हुआ, वो ठीक नहीं हुआ, mother says to take them very objectively. क्योंकि जहाँ पे दिल पे लिया वहां तो आप परफेक्शन की तरफ कैसे मूव करेंगे अगर हर छोटी छोटी चीज को दिल पे लेंगे ना, है ना? So to take it very very objectively, as mother says, recognizing the mistake, correcting the mistake, losing no time for making the progress and moving on. Absolutely cutting the drama off. Ruthless cutting the drama off. Sri Aurobindo uses the word ruthless, क्योंकि बिना ruthless के आप प्यार से करते रहोगे ना तो बहुत, मतलब कितना जन्म है, हमें क्या पता कितनी लाइफ है.
हाँ, नहीं वो तो
है ना? So ruthlessly excising the drama out of the picture and just focusing on the work, doing it as perfectly as you can and wanting nothing in return inwardly. You are doing it for the mother, offering it at her feet, and you want to do it as perfectly as you can, and you will do it even more perfectly if you get a chance. Okay, I have to fix this and make these corrections. Yes, I will take them in because I want to do it for the mother. तो अब मदर के लिए कोई साड़ी डिजाइन करनी है तो आप बेस्ट से बेस्ट करोगे ना. वही बात है, जो मदर के लिए काम करना है वो अच्छे से अच्छा करेंगे. हाँ.
Yeah, that is just the pattern of life that I discovered. And maybe in the moment when you recognize it's happening, just recognizing it and talking to it, that, you know, okay, I recognize this and this is not me and this is not the way, just being calm in that moment would be like, you know.
And just noticing these movements that they are there. मतलब, है ना, ना फ्यूलिंग करनी है ना पेट्रोलिंग करनी है उनकी, बट आपको पता है कि अच्छा भैया ये मेरा लोअर नेचर है, ये रहेगा जब तक मैं जिंदा हूँ, ये रहेगा, है ना. उसको एज अ फैक्ट
just recognizing it would make it not be, I mean, just the process of recognizing it would make it not be able to control you, right? Because when you see it, then it kind of, you know.
Yeah, because you see it, है ना, you see that you are there. हाँ, yes. So I think your sharing is also in connection with जो स्नेही अभी बात कर रही है कि वाइटल को कैसे डिटैच रखा जाए, है ना. What did she ask? Just a second. How does one draw energy from the vital, being energetic and yet being detached? See, you are not drawing energy from the vital at all. Your energy is coming from the vital. मतलब ऐसा कोई एक्टिव आप काम नहीं कर रहे हो कि oh let me put a petrol pipe and let me suck energy from the vital. ऐसा कुछ नहीं कर रहे आप. Vital is present because it is a reservoir of enthusiastic energy, effort. The thing is how to make it detached. ये है लंबा प्रोसेस. इसी के लिए हम बात करते हैं साइकिक बीइंग की. साइकिक बीइंग किसको कहते हैं, साइकिक कॉन्शियसनेस हम किसको कहते हैं, वो चीज जो हमारे अंदर मुझे बताती है कि क्या उचित है क्या उचित नहीं है, ये साइकिक तो बताता है. तो अब वाइटल को कैसे डिटैच रखूं, जब साइकिक देखेगा दिस कॉन्शियसनेस विच सीज, जिसकी चेतना बात कर रही थी, है ना, द कॉन्शियसनेस विच सीज व्हाट इज इम्प्योरिटी एंड व्हाट इज प्योर, that will be the one which will align the vital in the right way. So that's what they say, that psychic consciousness, when it awakens, it is very helpful and safe way, because then it makes it as if कि वो wheel alignment होता है ना गाड़ी का, तो बार बार आपकी गाड़ी का wheel alignment psychic consciousness की वजह से होता है. अगर आप if you open it even a little, and all of us have an opening, that's why we are here, otherwise we won't be here. ये किसकी आशा है कि मैं और ज्यादा प्योरिटी पाऊं और हायर एंड लॉफ्टियर थिंग्स की तरफ जाऊं और ट्रुथ की तरफ जाऊं, ये किसकी आशा है, ये साइकिक की तो आशा है. टू हैव मदर, टू फील मदर, टू लव द मदर, ये किसकी आशा है, ये साइकिक की तो आशा है. टू हैव नो अटैचमेंट इन माय रिलेशनशिप्स एंड येट हैव लव, ये किसकी आशा है. So the more and more psychic being comes forward, the one who is looking at all the things and making everything pure and knowing where the impurities are there, automatically the detachment will come. The only thing is we will have to see. The seeing has to be there. And then psychic consciousness has that discernment. तो किसी मोमेंट में अगर आप वो चूज करोगे जो प्लेजेंट है ओवर जो बेनिफिशियल है आपके लिए, है ना, टू चूज इन वन मोमेंट व्हाट इज मोर प्लेजेंट मे बी हार्मफुल और वॉट एवर, एंड नॉट द वन विच इज मोर बेनिफिशियल एंड टेक्स यू हायर. अगर आप चॉइस बना भी लोगे, वो गलत चॉइस कर भी दोगे, आपके अंदर कुछ ना कुछ मूवमेंट होगा जो आपको बताएगा ये चॉइस ठीक नहीं थी. बस ये साइकिक का काम है ना. तो ऐसे ही डिटैचमेंट भी धीरे धीरे डेवलप होता है, और डिटैचमेंट तब डेवलप होता है व्हेन वी अटैच फुली टू द डिवाइन, क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं हम जाके चिपकेंगे. तो अभी हम बाकी जगहों पे ग्लूड हैं, लाइफ के जो भी पहलू हैं हमारे जीवन के, उसमें हम जगह जगह ग्लूड हैं. जब वो सारी की सारी ग्लू सिर्फ एक अंदर के डिवाइन को जाके चिपक जाती है ना, तो फिर अपने आप जीवन डिटैच हो जाता है, क्योंकि अब आपको किसी से भी कोई पर्सनल मोटो नहीं है, पर्सनल इंटरेस्ट नहीं है. जो भी काम है वो डिटैच्ड एक्शन ही है ना. सो एज वी इन greater and greater degrees glue ourselves, attach ourselves to the divine, in those degrees we detach from all these expectations, demands of the vital and everything. No? There is a creeper. I have seen its picture somewhere. There is a creeper which mother names as attachment to the divine. You know, it's very interesting कि वो एक पेड़ है और उस पे वो ऐसे ऐसे चिपका हुआ है, मतलब glued, you know, glued to that branch of tree that is there. So that's what we have to do. We have to glue ourselves to the divine. Then it cannot happen that the actions are not detached. And second is that whenever we do attached actions, it brings pain. So we have a fail safe mechanism. है ना, attached action से हमको very sooner or later it leads us to suffering, some entanglement, and you would not like it, and hence you will crave for detached action. So thank God that there is a little bit of signal there, you know, red signal. फिर से चिपकना शुरू कर दिया, हाँ तो दर्द आया. सिर्फ एक ही जगह है जहां पे चिपकने से दर्द नहीं आता, वो है भगवान. तो इससे पता लगता है कि हाँ ये सही डायरेक्शन है, क्योंकि रेड लाइट नहीं आ रही ना. अगर भगवान से चिपकने के बाद भी दर्द आने लग जाए तो फिर उसको भी आप क्वेश्चन करोगे कि कुछ तो गड़बड़ हो रही है, राइट. सो दिस इज एक्चुअली अ साइन एंड अ सिम्टम, क्योंकि हर चीज का साइन एंड सिम्टम होता है ना. तो इन ग्रेटर डिग्रीज एज वी स्टिक and glue ourselves to the divine, you will see an increasing amount of peace in your life and joy and lightness and also vivacity in life, like not like dull, you know, kya chalo yahan ghumate hain wahan ghumate hain, not like that, you know, vigor for life. You will have vigor for life. Attachment to the divine, yeah, I can try to find it. In the meantime, please, anyone, if anyone has anything.
Yeah, you know what you were talking about, that Sri Aurobindo's quote that mankind has two powerful weapons that he uses to destroy his powers and enjoyment. So what are those? So Sri Aurobindo says wrong indulgence and wrong abstinence. कि जिस चीज में इंडल्ज कर रहा हूँ वो गलत है और जिस चीज से abstain कर रहा हूँ, these are two powerful weapons that I use to destroy my power and enjoyment. So it takes a little bit time for it to settle in because थोड़ा ऐसा लगता है क्या कह रहे हैं, but yeah, very reflective.
I'm unable to exactly find that, but I'll share that later from where I had a look. But here I found attachment to the divine. तो ये उस टाइप से वो creeper की तरह नहीं show किया हुआ है, but their mother says wraps itself around the divine. Sorry, spelling ठीक नहीं है. Divine, and takes all its support in him. So I remember that I had seen a painting and it was like just round and round, fully wrapped around actually, so as to be sure of never leaving him, offers itself spontaneously to the divine. Yeah. There is only one salvation: to cling to the divine like this, gesture with two fists. Not to cling to what one thinks of the divine, not even to what one feels of the divine, to an aspiration as sincere as possible, and to cling to that. Yeah, so this particular one. Yeah.
So Monica, are these orchids? Looks like orchids, no?
हाँ, ऑर्किड ही था मेरे ख्याल से. Yeah, let me see. Yes, yes. It was a type of orchid only, but what was coming to me where I had read, तो वो काफी wrapping थी, मतलब it was like a creeper. I'll share that picture with you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can share it later in the group.
Yes, I'll do that. तो मतलब मुझे लगता है कि ये बहुत अच्छा हमारे लिए वो होता है सिग्नल, यू नो, कि जहाँ पे भी एकदम से, यू नो, because from time to time we again begin to enter into our older grooves, and again then pain comes and suffering comes. So the moment it comes, you know, that pain of entanglement, it is just a reminder for me that, oh, you know, my glue has come off from the divine. वो वापस उसको फिर से लगा लो. And slowly, you know, as we progress, then we begin to see everywhere just the divine only, you know, but not in the beginning. In the beginning we are unable to see the divine in each being around me and in each situation. तो ऐसा लगता है कि डिवाइन कुछ और है और लोग कुछ और हैं, ना, अलग अलग लगते हैं. But that is just the beginning part, because then slowly we actually truly practically realize that these are just facets of the divine. Like Sri Aurobindo had this experience in Alipur jail. Everywhere he could just see Krishna, you know, and he said कि अब मैं बोलूं तो बोलूं क्या, you know, किसके डिफेंस में क्या बोलूं, हर जगह तो तुम ही हो, you know, so सारे डिफेंसेस ही खत्म हो गए. And then he was out of the jail without speaking a word. And he says that because I was realizing that I was making actually matter worse by saying even a single word. So very interesting. Yeah, Taru, if you would share later on the group the thing that you were reading, that would also be nice. वो जो श्री अरबिंदो वाला आप पढ़ रहे थे.
What you were just sharing about Sri Aurobindo, him being in the jail, if you're talking about simplicity and no drama, when he, in his book, Tales of Prison Life, the way he describes, like his fellow inmates, his jailers, especially the person of the lawyer who was trying to build up the case against him. There is so much laughter, there's so much simplicity, there's so much love. Like the one who's trying to frame him so that, and if once framed, like you don't know where you will end up, right? Kala Pani or wherever. I mean, if one thinks about it, उससे बड़े stakes क्या होंगे? कि you are in the prison by the British. If you are framed, you're being framed, and the person framing you is so tactful. He's employing each and every possibility things should be framed against you, and yet when you're looking at him, you're feeling the playfulness of Krishna. That see how he's taking out that evidence from there. I mean, if this is not simplicity, right, or no drama, I don't know what is. कि उसमें भी one can see that wow, he's trying to do a good job, or how is he doing it? Oh my God, it's amazing. So it's really very, very, very eye-opening that acha, like one can even see this or be this in such a situation. So वही मेरे stakes नहीं है ना, मतलब उसमें ये नहीं कि oh God, if this goes that way, what will happen to me? There is no me then. There is just कि one is just looking at life and enjoying कि oh he's doing this, doing that. Yeah, thank you.
Very true. Yes. Yeah. I think that's why Mother says that it's only human beings who is the most miserable animal on the planet, because he takes himself too seriously. So that's the problem with each one of us, कि जिस moment में हम अपने आप को seriously ले रहे होते हैं, उस समय हम भारी हो जाते हैं एकदम से. और दूसरा ये भी है कि इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि life should be just spoiled around in frivolity. वो भी नहीं है उसका मतलब. तो we have to really, because at times we are not able to find the balance कि अरे तुमने ही तो बोला seriously नहीं लेना, है ना, तो चलो मैंने ये भी पढ़ना छोड़ दिया, वो भी, मैं तो I'm just loitering around, है ना. So seriously लेना और sincerely life को लेना, they are two different things. Knowing for which purpose we are here as human beings, and टेकिंग इट ऑल ऑन मी, पुअर लिटिल मी एंड माई स्टोरी, एंड उसने मुझे ये बोला और मेरे साथ ये हो रहा है, दैट इज टेकिंग अवर सेल्स टू सीरियसली, है ना। तो अच्छा हुआ, बोला, अच्छा इंसल्ट कर दिया, झाड़ो उसको और आगे बढ़ो, है ना। एक तो हम वेले बहुत ज्यादा हैं, थोड़ा अपने आप को, पता है, मतलब मुझे लगता है कि अगर हम अपने आप को ऐसा काम दे दें जो कि थोड़ा उच्च कोटि का काम है, हल्का सा, तो क्या होता है कि वो काम आपको बार बार ऐसे कि वो खींचता रहता है। आप नीचे जाना चाह रहे हो, ऐसा नहीं कि आप नहीं जाना चाह रहे, लेकिन वो आपको कह रहा है कि नहीं, इसको अटेंड कर। तो उसकी वजह से क्या होता है, जैसे ही आप उसको अटेंड करने के लिए उठते हो, जो वो चढ़ने वाला था आपके ऊपर एक कोट की तरह, वो उतर जाता है, गिर जाता है। दिस इज द पर्पस ऑफ गुड वर्क, हैविंग गुड वर्क, हायर लॉफ्टियर वर्क इन लाइफ, सम सेल्फलेस वर्क, है ना। तो अब मान लो आपको सेशन लेना है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, हम सेशन लेते हैं, मान लो मूड आने वाला है, आपको दिख रहा है कि मूड आने वाला है, आप अपने आप को पुश करोगे कि नहीं, मुझे लेना ही है, लास्ट टाइम भी कैंसिल किया था, अभी भी कैंसिल किया था, अब मुझे लेना है। द मोमेंट यू गेट अप फॉर इट, एंड आफ्टर यू आर वट एवर रेड मदर श्री अरबिंदोज वर्ड्स, आपको उसके बाद वो उसके ट्रेसेस मिलेंगे ही नहीं, वो गायब हो गया। तो जो अभी चढ़ने वाला था तुम्हारे ऊपर, वो उतर गया। to give ourselves these kind of things which uplift, karma yoga, through karma yoga, so that is also along with all the contemplation, reflection, it is very important that some or the other work we should give, either doing these transcripts that at times we do, or whatever, चाहे आपका मन है नहीं है, उससे कोई उसका रिलेशन नहीं है, आपने बस उसके लिए बैठना है। सावित्री की 2 लाइंस पढ़नी है तो हाँ बस पढ़नी है, चाहे मन है नहीं है, उससे कोई सिग्निफिकेंस नहीं है उसकी। So that uplifts, so to have such some or the other kind of engagement of such sort, which does not let that cloak over us come and completely overtake. From time to time it comes, it helps us remain light. अब जैसे ये simple, it can be very simple that okay, I have to concentrate in the depths of my heart before I sleep or whatever, after I get up, और वो चाहे कैसा भी मूड हो, आपने करना है ना, उसमें आप सेकंड थॉट नहीं लेते। तो फिर आप जैसे ही बैठोगे, आपको अगर इफ ट्रूली यू आर एबल टू कॉन्सेंट्रेट, यू विल सी दैट इट हैज गॉटन अवे दैट वॉट एवर द क्लाउड वॉज कमिंग, क्योंकि वो उस मोमेंट में वो आप इट्स अ वर्क्स लाइक अ डिस्ट्रैक्शन फ्रॉम दैट कॉन्क्रीट रियल थिंग विच इज अपियरिंग टू बी सो इम्पोर्टेंट, विच इज एक्चुअली नॉट। एक सलमान खान की कोई मूवी थी, कुछ लोगों ने देखी होगी, जिसमें वो बोलता है कि एक बार मैं कुछ डिसाइड कर लूं तो फिर मैं अपनी भी नहीं सुनता, समथिंग लाइक दैट, है ना, ऐसा था ना। तो ये करना चाहिए कि एक बार आपने, जैसे सावित्री कह रही है कि एक बार मैंने सत्यवान चूज कर लिया तो मैं नहीं किसी और को चूज कर रही, है ना, चाहे उसको मरना है नहीं मरना है, उससे कोई मेरा कोई लिंक नहीं है। वंस आई हैव चोजन, आई चूज नॉट अगेन, fate's law can change, not my spirit's will, so to choose rightly first, and once we have chosen right, to stick to it. फिर अपने मन की भी नहीं सुननी, मूड की भी सुननी नहीं, किसी की भी नहीं सुननी, कोई बीच में नहीं आ रहा। ऐसे थोड़ी ना सूरमा का पाथ बोला गया है इसको। That's what requires courage, that you are excluding all the signals from the senses that you are getting and sticking to what the once the decision has been taken, right decision.
What you just shared about वही कि अगर एक बार ठान लो तो किसी अपनी भी नहीं सुनता। आई थिंक ऐसे जैसे हम लोग बात करते हैं ना ग्लास सीलिंग्स की, ये जो मूड है कि अभी मेरा दिल नहीं है या फिर पहले ये हो जाए फिर करूंगा, मतलब ये जो एक होता है राइट, लाइक लेट थिंग्स बी सेटल्ड देन आई सिट फॉर मेडिटेशन, लेट मी टेक केयर ऑफ दिस देन आई डू दिस। अभी तो आई एम फीलिंग अ रिपल्शन टुवर्ड्स इट, ओ आई एम सो लॉस्ट, ओ आई एम सो टायर्ड, आई एम हैविंग अ हेडेक, हाउ कैन आई लुक एट द स्क्रीन, फॉर एग्जांपल। So it's really miraculous when you see that when you put it aside and you do what needs to be done because you just have to do it, it's a miracle that I want to say 10 out of 10 times, but just I'll say 9 out of 10 times, you will see that when you are doing it, mere 5-10 minutes later, you will see that the whole thing, the whole cloud of the thing that was very strongly saying, don't do this. It's not there. It's not there. The bad mood goes. The problems, seem small. Like as soon as you, I would say, connect to the higher, when you are feeling that, when you, not feeling actually, when you know that is the right thing, or it's better than where you want to indulge, right? It's higher, it's neutral, even if it's not higher. At least it's not lower, where you are wanting to take yourself, or the forces around want to take you. It's miraculous how it all disappears, and you're like, oh, okay, it's, you know, so one must try if one hasn't to, that push that it's a illusionary glass ceiling, it's not there. And once you start seeing it, it becomes easier and easier and easier to just think, हाँ इसने तो बोलना ही है, I don't have to do it, let me just do this, then I'll look at you. And it's not there. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up.
बिल्कुल. And as you were sharing कि the more we do this, the more it becomes, even next time when it arises, we know that उसकी कोई औकात नहीं है. Yeah, very true. Yes. So today we can maybe just take this much up and not any more. Good to practice. So इस पे कुछ है, whatever last comments we may have, questions or sharing or reflections, they are welcome. If not, then we can end.
Can we read it once again before we end? If there's nothing, like if there's no reflection.
If you want to read, please go ahead.
Yeah, I would love to read. February 12th, 1913. As soon as all effort disappears from a manifestation, it becomes very simple, with the simplicity of a flower opening, manifesting its beauty and spreading its fragrance without clamor or vehement gesture. And in this simplicity lies the greatest power, the power which is least mixed and least gives rise to harmful reactions. The power of the vital should be mistrusted. It is a temper on the path of, tempter. It's a tempter on the path of the work, and there is always a risk of falling into its trap. For it gives you the taste of immediate results, and in our first eagerness to do the work well, we let ourselves be carried away to make use of this power. But very soon it deflects all our action from the right course and introduces a seed of illusion and death into what we do. Simplicity, simplicity, how sweet is the purity of thy presence, the Mother.
Yeah, thank you. I'm reminded of, when mother says to love just for the sake of loving, for example. कुछ नहीं चाहिए उससे आपको. Very simply, just, and also to be simple, just for the sake of being simple. Not that simplicity will bring us something more. Yeah. So just maybe taking a moment of silence to share and dedicate the merit. maybe have simple hearts, simple minds, uncomplicated lives, and maybe be able to offer all of us to the divine. Thank you.